All right, so in the world of Lord of 10,000 Worlds, our guy Lin Feng has just leveled up like big time. He's got all this incredible new power. But here's the thing, his greatest victory feels kind of hollow because of this huge, devastating secret. And it's all about his sister, Lin Xiaoyu. What he's about to find out is going to flip his entire world upside down. So now that Lin Feng is this powerhouse, he's got this one nagging problem that's just eating at him. Why can't his sister get strong too? Why can't she cultivate her own power? And trust me, the answer is way more complicated than just some old injury. The truth is going to force him to make a choice that honestly no one should ever have to make. Okay, so let's get into it. We're jumping in right after Lin Feng shows his sister, hey, look, I'm super strong now. And for a second, he's just relieved, He can finally protect her. But that feeling, it doesn't last. Because there's still this huge cloud hanging over them. His sister's mysterious condition. See, everyone's got this one story they tell themselves. They think Xiaoyu's spiritual soul, which is basically the engine for a warrior's power, got messed up when she was born. That's why she can't cultivate, build up her strength. It's a sad story. Makes sense, right? Well, it's completely wrong. Lin Feng's got this mysterious guide, the system, and it knows the truth. And the real truth? Oh, it's so much messier and way, way more dangerous. And this, right here, is where everything changes. The system basically tells Lin Feng, hey, stop guessing. You need to see this for yourself. So he decides to use this incredible new power he barely even understands to get some real answers. So the system fires up his dragon eye. Think of it like a superpower that lets him see the soul of things. He looks deep into his sister's core, her very essence, and what he sees, it just shouldn't be possible. It's not one soul, it's two. He sees two totally separate martial souls just chillin' inside his sister's body. And the craziest part, they could not be more different from each other. So you've got soul number one. That's her. That's Lin Xiaoyu. But it's so, so weak. That's the reason she can't get stronger. Then there's soul number two. This one is dormant, it's sealed away, but man, it is just radiating this unbelievable ancient power. And the system drops the bombshell. That second soul, it belongs to a crazy powerful warrior from a past life. So there it is, the big secret. Xiaoyu is a reincarnation. She's not just some ordinary kid. She's literally the rebirth of a legendary warrior. When she was born into this life, that ancient soul came with her, packed with all its memories, all its insane power. And that's the real problem. This mega powerful soul is basically a giant anchor, weighing down her actual soul and stopping it from ever growing. You'd think finding this out would be a good thing, right? A solution. But no, it's actually a terrible, terrible dilemma. Because yeah, he could unseal that ancient soul. It would make Xiaoyu unbelievably powerful, but the price for that power is just unthinkable. And here it is, Lin Feng's absolute worst nightmare. If he unleashes that ancient warrior soul, its personality, its memories, they would just steamroll his sister's own identity. The Xiaoyu he grew up with, the sister he loves, she'd just be gone, wiped out, replaced by some powerful stranger wearing her face. He'd get this god-tier ally, sure, but he would lose his sister forever. And you have to understand, their bond is everything. We find out Xiaoyu isn't even his biological sister. His dad found her as a little kid out in some place called the Ancient Forbidden Land. But soon after that, their father just disappeared, vanished, leaving a 6-year-old Lin Feng to look after her. He's been her protector his entire life. So for him, this isn't about some strategic power-up. This is about protecting the last piece of family he has in the entire world. So everything looks pretty bleak, right? But just when it seems like there's no way out, the system throws him a lifeline. It says, hey, there might be another way, a way to help Xiaoyu without, deleting her. But of course, it's not going to be a walk in the park. The system has this super specific plan called a soul refining technique. The whole point of this technique is to target and beef up Xiaoyu's current soul, her actual personality. The goal is to make her strong enough to grow on her own while leaving that ancient warrior soul completely locked away. It's the one shot he has to save his sister and keep her as his sister. But you knew there was a but coming, right? This fancy technique needs 2 ingredients, spirit returning grass and blood essence stones. And we're not talking about stuff you can just pick up at the local shop. This stuff is crazy rare and costs a fortune. So Lin Fang has a plan, but he has absolutely no money to make it happen. This new problem pushes Lin Fang into a corner, and he's forced to make a huge gamble. He needs cash, and he needs it now. So he decides to sell one of the powerful cultivation techniques the system gave him. And where do you sell something like that? At a high-stakes auction, of course. Okay, quick crash course so you get how big a deal this is. In this world, techniques have power levels. You've got your basic yellow and black levels, then it goes up to Earth, Heaven, and then the really legendary stuff, Spirit, King, and Emperor. To give you some perspective, most of the big shot families in the whole city, they don't have even one Heaven-level technique. A Spirit level one is practically a myth. So Lin Fang walks into the Tennan Chamber of Commerce. This is the biggest, baddest auction house in town. And he just strolls in and says he's got a Heaven-level technique to sell. That's such an insane claim that they don't kick him out. They immediately whisk him away to the VIP room. The general manager himself comes running down to see what's going on. All right, so in this VIP room, Lin Fang comes face to face with the manager, Ling Lao. This guy is a legend, a master appraiser. Lin Fang hands over the technique, and the look on the manager's face, it is absolutely not what anyone, especially Lin Fang, was expecting. Ling Lao looks at the scroll, studies it for a moment, and then he looks up at Lin Fang, his face like a stone mask. He says, "Master Lin Fang, this is not a heavenly level technique." And for just a second, your heart just stops, right? You think, oh no, he was bluffing. It's over. His whole plan just went up in smoke. But then the manager hits him with the punchline. It is a spiritual level technique. Can you believe that? Lin Fang didn't lie and say it was better than it was. He drastically undersold it. A spirit-level technique isn't just valuable. It's the kind of thing that powerful families would go to war over. He's not holding a ticket to some quick cash. He's holding an absolute fortune. But just as Ling Fang is trying to wrap his head around this insane news, manager Ling Lao points out a major problem. See, being a master himself, he can tell the technique's not all there. It's incomplete. It's only the first half. All the really juicy, powerful parts are missing. But Lin Fang, cool as a cucumber, just confirms, yep, I've got the second half. He just turned a total disaster into a genius negotiation tactic. But, and this is a big but, this move just cranked the danger level up to 11. He now has the undivided attention of one of the city's most powerful people because he's dangling a piece of an unbelievable treasure. So that leaves us with one big question. Did he just save his sister? Or did he just walk into a trap, getting caught in a high-stakes game with people way out of his league?